I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at StockMarketMentor.com, and this is your free chart video for December 3rd. Look, first of all, before I get going on Viva here, I want to invite you to be Stock Market Mentor and Option Market Mentor member. Gary, my brother, had sent out quite a few emails, and we've got a lot of new members. So I want to welcome all of you that are in. I want to encourage you to post in the forum, and I promise people are going to be nice to you and help you and answer your questions. But if you haven't done that, I do want to invite you seriously to try it out. It's a free trial, so it's on me. It's not going to cost you anything, and in this economy, Christmas and all that, isn't it nice to be getting something for free? So I hope you'll check that out. Okay, now, Viva. Here's the deal. This is it's like a data software provider, basically in the life sciences industry, healthcare, which kind of, from what I understand, is kind of a growing field these days with everybody getting old and sick. So Viva is really kind of in the sweet spot here. But what I want to do is look and see how this stock's been performing on the weekly chart. See, this is the all-time high, like the second week of trading back in 2014, and it's pushing up against that now. And it's had how long to grow its business? Okay, 3 years. So we got a little enthusiastic here when the stock first became public, and that was a long ride straight to, heaven's basement, we'll say, over the next 6 months or so. But now this has climbed back, and business is good. Their earnings growth is like off the charts good. Every quarter they're growing. Their revenue or sales growth, 30s, 30, 31, 35, 33% per quarter. This is the growth versus the same quarter the previous year. So their growth rate is like, their annual growth rate is like 73%, and their PE is 66. Now that might say, oh, P is 66 PE, that's expensive. Guys, we want the expensive ones, because that means that there's a reason why people want it. Is it a wonder why the most awesome, most popular, and in-demand clothes are never the ones that are on sale? Okay, so Viva is expensive, but it broke out of this like a little cup and handle pattern, came all the way up here to mark this new top at 48 bucks. So it's kind of, it's not a momentum stock right now. It's never really been a momentum stock except this little whoop-de-doo right here, which is an old established pattern name that I just made up. Big move here. But now what you want to do is kind of be thinking more in the long term. Think of the big picture. Okay. You get a little sideways consolidation, a pop-up, so it's kind of a cup and handle-ish type thing. And what had been resistance right here is now support, and this is the top of the channel. So here's the trade. You're looking at buying the stock here, 3 down days in a row, but closing off of the low on Friday. You buy a little bit of stock and keep a pretty tight stop there. And if that's too tight for you, then you buy a little bit of stock and even keep a tight stop down there. I don't think you need to keep it that loose. I think you put a stop right in here. You buy a little bit of stock. And by the way, if you get shaken out, okay, well, dust yourself off. And if the stock starts to rebound, then just, getting shaken out is a part of trading. It really is. Best traders in the world will tell you that if you can't get shaken out, then you really need to find another job, because it doesn't matter how good you are. There's going to be times when you buy and you get shaken out, you sell, and then the stock moves in the direction that you thought it was going to without you, and you're going like, oh, crap. Okay, so what the good traders do is, if they have an idea, they take that trade, and then if the stock shakes them out because they got their downside covered too, they sell for a loss. But then if the idea is still a sound one, and the stock starts telling them, and this is the important part, the stock starts telling them that their idea was a sound one, then they go in again. They were just a little early. That's different than you having a good idea the stock takes you out of the trade, or maybe you don't have a stop in, so you're still in the trade, and as the stock moves against you, by golly, you just decide that that was a really good idea that you had all the way up until the time that you sell at 30 bucks, and then the stock moves up. So you keep your risk to a minimum. You prosecute your idea. If the stock takes you out, get out, but watch the stock. If it starts to show you that your idea actually was a good one, get back in. If it doesn't show you, boom, you're out of the trade, you're done. I think this is a buy right here. I think it's going to move higher. Okay, members, over to the weekend update. Let's go make some money. And once again, if you're not a member already, I don't do this very often, but it's at the end of the year, and I just want to get as many people in as I can, because I know that January is going to set up some really, really nice trades to the upside. I mean, the market is moving higher. It's just moving higher. We're taking a little rest right now, but the market's moving higher. And also, one thing I've mentioned to members a few times over the last week or two, I'm going to start a focus on ETFs as well for more asset allocation for longer term portfolios. I don't want you trading your entire account on stuff like Viva. Okay, this is a small swing trading stock. I don't want you putting all of your money in this kind of thing, but I don't want your money sitting on the sidelines either. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be kind of focusing, and it's not a very active thing by design. By design, it's not very active, but we're going to be focusing on how to put the cash part of our portfolio, which for a lot of people is like all of it, to work in sectors that are outperforming the S&P, and how to make that rotation just like the professional money managers do. So we're going to get into that in the weeks, month and a half, 2 months to come, and I want you there. I don't want you showing up in class halfway through and kind of having to play catch up. So we're going to be going in that direction, and I want you on board, okay? All right, see you guys in the forum, and have an awesome weekend.